everybody, Black Diamond Farms. Today we're out in what would be our largest hayfield that we mow. It's roughly 5.5-ish acres. It's just the 5.5, 6 acres or so. It's the largest one we have. And the nice thing about it is almost completely square. It's got some goofy end. It's got a goofy end to it, but it's pretty square, so it's pretty nice. With this being our largest hayfield in size-wise, it does usually produce pretty well for us, which is nice because it's not that far away from the farm either. I mean, we're talking just up the road from the farm, so it doesn't take long to get these bales back either. So that part's nice because whenever you have a nice large field like this and it yields nice, that means you're gonna have a bunch of bales on it, which is what we want and what we need. So those are details to the end here. Lift her up. But so yeah, we're out making hay again today. Probably won't be able to finish up all of first cutting today, but that should only leave us one, maybe 2 fields left. Not sure about the one, but yeah, so it'll be nice to, for the most part, all the big stuff that we need to do will be done. Just gets all that off your shoulders. We can move on to other projects, which we all know projects never end in the summertime. But now you see it's nice. Window's a little dirty there. Nice wide open back in here. Kind of semi hidden. You can't see it from the road, so that's kind of bad because I can't keep an eye on it, see how it's looking. But oh well. So we're out doing something we don't do very much of, and that is making dry hay. Dry hay is the exact opposite of what we normally make. We normally make wet hay. And the reason is, when you make dry hay, you got to run over it one more time at least with the tedder. And that's what we're doing. And you see this stuff here is laying flat. See how fluffed up that stuff is? That stuff has been tedded out. Which is basically just saying that, as you can see over here, it's all been worked up. So going back down, just going down each row. Kind of explain how the tedder works here in a second. You'll get to see it. The tedder works, we're going to drive right down 2 rows. And as you can see, it picks up and it flings the grass and fluffs it up. Basically what this is doing is just make it so the air can get underneath and turn what may be on the bottom, maybe still a little damp yet. And it'll turn that, so that way, bump right here. There we go. It'll turn that over, so that way that can dry too. And you see it makes a nice big old fluffy spot as we go down the hill here. As for tedders, they come in all different brands, sizes. This is what you call a 4 basket tedder because there's 4 pieces spinning around there. Pretty understandable, you know. They make them in 2 basket, which would be just the 2 center ones, and then they continue up to 6, 8, 12. Yeah, they make them all different shapes and sizes, and depending on how they fold up, you know, it all depends on what you're doing. You know, for us, we don't do a whole lot of tedding, so we are borrowing this from a neighboring farmer. They'll be using it probably this afternoon as well, but we're just running this over real quick. I checked some of this hay here, and it was pretty dry. We've been really windy here the last day or so. We had a big heat spell. Now we're into this dry time, nice dry time of the year, and well, it's been pretty windy here the last day or so. We just got through being hot and humid. So now we're just trying to make a little dry hay here. We also got some wet hay on the ground, which you've seen us mowing earlier. We mowed this yesterday, but kind of just bebopping. It's a little rough. This used to be way back in the day, it used to be a cow pasture. But yeah, so we're just trying to continue on. Now there were certain areas of the field that probably didn't need it to be tedded at all. But I mainly just wanted to hit the heavy points, which I knew where they were at, but unfortunately you got to almost go through 3/4 of it to get to that, and you know, might as well just ted it out and, you know, have it all tedded out. That way you know it all dry, because, you know, we don't want to put any dry hay is meant to be put away dry, which means under the 18% moisture area. If you put it away higher than that, you can get into the point of letting things mold, get hot, catch fire, those type of things. And those things we do not want to have happen, is anything catch fire on us. That would just make for a very, very, very long day and very long next set of weeks, you know. So we'll ted it out, let it continue to blow on it. It'll probably be good and dry tomorrow. We'll see if we can get to it tomorrow, or might have to wait till the next day. This particular model folds up like this. Some fold down around the sides, like facing backwards. Some are just a two basket. There's two right behind me. This one's how this one folds up. It's a Kubota. Did a nice job. And we're back. It's the next morning. It's about 10:30-ish in the morning. This stuff has stayed pretty windy overnight, so this stuff has dried out quite a bit overnight. So we want to start getting her raked up, so that way we can get her baled up, so we keep the moisture content up in the 30s rather than down in the 20s. So we're just going and raking on, putting 3 windrows into one, like we usually always do. The reason for the 3 windrows into one is our mower is 9 foot wide, and so if we take 3 windrows and we only rake 2 of them into the one, we've kind of helped fluff the center one up a little bit. Here comes the bump. So it takes it down to, you know, 3 windrows into one turns into 27 feet of ground that's raked up, rather than going down each row individually, which would take much, much longer. So it all comes out in a wash, probably about how much longer it takes raking versus not. But yeah, we have to go through some bumps here in this field. There's just some diversion ditches that are in it. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll just rake them all into these nice windrows, as you can see behind me. How it's raking. You can see how it's raking that all into one windrow. Then we'll go up the other side and then rake it in as well. So that's the plan. And then we'll, of course, at the end, we'll make our loop around the outside. You'll start seeing them flying around here, but there's a pile of barn swallows and everything else picking up bugs, and there's a hawk out here earlier picking up some mice, some field mice or moles. So we're helping the wildlife, I guess, in the circle of life. Circle of life is we're taking the hay off. Circle of life is they're getting some dinner and some breakfast. So, but hey. Their quirks. This is my kind of yard striping right here. Yeah, buddy. That is it. I mean, it just doesn't get any prettier than this. So this is the field that we were raking this morning. We're just clicking right through. I think we're up to 16 or 17 bales. I don't know, we'll count them at the end. But 17 bales, I'm pretty happy with that already. We still have a few more windrows to go. Just finishing up a bale now. There you see. A little uneven on the thing, but that's okay. Well, we can handle that. Alright, telling us to kick the bale out now, so we'll push lever number 2 forward. Making the back go up. Now that it's out, we'll pull ahead. We'll put the tailgate back down. There we go. She's locked and loaded and ready to go for the next one here. Let's get her fed. It's a hungry hay monster, I'll tell you. There we go. Getting that next bale started. Very good. Very, very good. The best strip of the day. The home stretch strip here. So this is the dry stuff that we were tedding out yesterday. Of course, I didn't film much of baling it, but did pretty well. Like I said, best kind of striping in the world is baling. Making another bale here. She's gonna start screeching at us. Yep. And she's up. And you see a little dusty there. Backing on up here. Go ahead and kick this bale out. Hold it on this one. Up the top. There we go. Shut the doggone alarm off. And let's finish her out here. Good deal. Taking her in like a champ. This stuff was pretty darn dry, which I'm pretty impressed with how short of amount of time it had to dry. I mean, not short. As we cut this Friday afternoon, it's Sunday now. You know, it didn't take very long at all. And there's the end. Bing, bang, boom. Good deal. Run and drop this bale off for the moo-moos. That way they'll have a dry bale this evening to munch on. Just kind of clean up all this little extra stuff here. Just try to make sure it's all nice and picked up. Hate leaving anything behind, so there we go. There we go. Beautiful round bales out there. Yeehaw, let's keep on going. This is this will be all of first cutting. Our normal first cutting will be done. It's all done and baled. Now there is some extra stuff that we're going to try to get done here, but just coming up and grabbing these couple little pieces here. So it's a good feeling to have everything done that we normally would do done. Really good feeling. I'll go back across that. I just don't like leaving all these little things behind. I can clean these up as I always say, every little bit's a mouthful for a cow. Well, now it's time to get all the bales off. Got one behind the tractor. We got the truck and new bale hauling trailer. Over there, got his blinking lights on the back. Now it's time to get all these bales loaded up. One, two, three, four, five. That is the trailer setup right now, since it's just the bare trailer, no metal on it yet. You can kind of see there's one on each side. We could also throw one in the middle there, kind of a pain in the butt. But that one that's on the back there, it's gonna get fed tonight anyway. So this one, these ones will just get stored. We're also going to check the moisture real quick on them. I checked some on the other ones down around that 15% mark, which is awesome. That's where we'd like to see it. This is the moisture tester. That's where it senses the moisture, gives you the reading here, moisture and temperature on here. So we'll get it shoved in this bale here. See if it'll go in fairly decent. Okay, let's see what we got for moisture. 15%. Awesome. So what we'll do is we'll check it in 2 or 3 different spots. That way, it'll come up. 14.8. Go over and check this one. Make sure it's, there we go. It's in there. 14. Now it says temperature. Let's go down through and I'll check every single one of them just to be sure. You don't want to store wet hay if it's not wrapped. So it's under 20. 18.6, that's okay. It's under that 20% benchmark. $15.6. Awesome. Awesome. 15. This is the difference between wet and dry hay. 14.9. That was a wet bale, it would probably be 34.9 or 36.9 or somewhere in that range. So, good deal. Whew. Man, another thing of hay done. Another, I don't know how many acres it was, but we made these wet ones and we made some dry ones. As you see us taking them dry ones off, checking the moistures. That's the big difference in between making wet and dry hay, moisture content. But everything's all wrapped up for this round. All of our normal first cutting is done. We do have some new stuff that we're picking up that we'll be making, probably making some dry hay off of, just for the very first time taking it off, just because it is getting kind of later. So we'll make some dry hay out of it, and then the next cutting, second cutting, being wet hay on it. But so that's something to come forward here. Breeding cows is coming. Got a lot going on here these next 2 months here. June, July, or in August, October, all very busy months, getting ready. So stay tuned, got a lot coming forward here. If you like what you've seen here, give it the thumbs up. Any questions, throw them down there in that comment section. Have a good one, guys.